Well, hello, to my unwitting accountability buddies. I guess I never introduced myself. Not that anyone ever really watches, but and that's not self-depreciating. That's just something that I kind of enjoy doing, and I like watching someone finish their crafts. Whatever. Anyways, I was going to do another needlepoint. If I step back further, maybe that's better with the light. I don't know. Hi. I may have been gardening. I hate the sound of rustling plastic. It's awful. Good. I've got my little envelope. Might be able to see a little bit better what it might say there. Oh, I don't know. If anyone knows what this part says, let me know. I know it's one that's probably said contents one, but I just really like to know. I like to know what it says. Opening the envelope please. Okay. That's some okay material. Okay, it's pretty small, which is great. So it's painted on there at least. It has a bunch of colors. Oh, good. There's more. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't seem like enough. You can definitely tell that this is from the Jungle website based on the quality. And these are the instructions. I hope I paid half off of $5 and not $5 for this, but this is kind of hilarious. I'm going to take a picture of it and let you enjoy the strangeness of this piece of paper. Okay, this is a super interesting hoop. It's got a groove all the way around. I've never seen anything like that. It kind of makes sense. But you do have to pull it all the way out to put it back in, which means this might go flying across the room. Whatever. This was a struggle. I've never worked with pre-printed stuff, and so to get it into the middle, I guess I've drawn my own designs and traced them out, but they're a lot smaller and they aren't necessarily going to be in this. Anyways, here I go. And apparently, by the way, I can't change this to a snarkier saying. Is this going to be a super boring video? I think it might be. Like, should I even do this one? Should I even be doing this in general? Okay, trying to figure out what it's, how to do this. Note, one line is 6 shares. Because I've been doing this long enough, I'm going to say that means don't pull this apart. 4 shares, 2 shares are folded in half. One line is 6 shares. 4 shares, 2 shares folded in half. Oh, okay, I was wrong. We're not doing one full one. We're going to separate this out 2 strands, but they're going to have us fold it in half instead of just doing a straight 4. After embroidery, soak in water for 20 minutes. Those are my instructions. Okay. I got the leaves done on it. And I'm just going to talk about this kit for a second because it's definitely a jungle website kit. Um, I am finding a lot of humor in the instructions. And mind you, I say this as someone who I acknowledge that when I use Google Translate, it probably sounds a lot like this. And I can't speak any other language, so I wouldn't be able to QC if I translated into another language. So please don't be annoyed if I laugh about this because I'm doing it with good humor. This hoop, this one with the groove, is freaking amazing. I might have to see. I don't like that it's the plastic because I like the feel of the wood ones a little bit better. But you aren't going to be able to do this with wood. And it's amazing. This thing has not slipped once. And I love it. I love it. So anyways, I've got the leaves done. Let me just say straight needle leaf embroidery, 8th color, and straight needle leaf embroidery, 7th color is done. But the part that I'm laughing at is my next set that I'm going to do. Well, maybe I won't do it yet. Maybe I'll hold on to that. Yeah, we'll hold on to that. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do the spider web roses that they have on here. So I don't know. Do I want to do the spider web roses? But the spider web rose instructions. We've got 2 sets. Spider web rose, 1th color, not first, 1th. Birth. I feel like that dog, birth. And then spiderweb rose embroidery, tooth, not second, color. And these are the instructions. I'm just going to briefly read them. You know, I know what they're talking about, but the translation, I always just want to know so this will be the literal translation, but what the spirit of the translation is in another language. The first step is just go in, out, in, out. It's talking about the setup for the rose. Number 2, drilled through 1-2 cores from 6 into the needle. Drilled through 1-2 cores from 6 into the needle. And they have a little picture. Step 3, 5 lines 1 by 1 to pick up the knitting. Continue to weave. I mean, the leaf stitch instructions weren't that bad, except it's so faded out. You can't even really see what's going on here much, but you can figure that one out. Now, if I didn't already know embroidery, this one would be like, huh? And I've actually never done a spiderweb rose because they aren't my favorite. So we'll see. But I think first I'm going to do the yellow flowers because it is also basically just a straight stitch. And I kind of want to do any of my flatter things before I do my 3-dimensional. But wait until I get to the instructions on this one. But anyways, it's actually pretty cute. The fabric, while I wasn't sure about the fabric at first, it's actually a pretty thick, decent fabric. It's not snagging. The needle is decent quality. It's not, you know, it's pretty sharp, which is great, except the back end is also sharp, which means when you go to push it through with your finger, if you don't wear Band-Aids or thimbles, it does get a little ouchy. The floss separates pretty good. It's definitely not DMC quality, but it separates out pretty good and doesn't knot up. So far pretty decent quality. I'm surprisingly pleased. I'm not going to buy anything like this brand new, but now after doing this, if it's something I really like, then I will definitely buy it from a thrift shop. And again, this one had such a tiny sticker and it was covered up by the price tag that this was a crapshoot as to what it was that I was even even getting, which honestly is pretty fun. I also bought a paint by numbers canvas that is just the canvas, and I'm trying to decide how I want to do that one. And now I'm going to work on the yellow flowers, which yellow and brown here. And I'm like, I don't want brown, but I was looking at the color number and it's really this yellow with this red. I don't like that either. So I brought over my yellow stash, and let me pull this out. And I'm not sure if I want the center darker or lighter, but I can always use this as the center of it. I also got to figure out what I have plenty of. So I can do something like that, external, internal, or is this different enough? I don't like that together. This one? Are these the same color? One's 727, the other is 727. Even though I got them out of two different places in this box, because, you know, that's how I do it. That's too much. That's too creepy. All right. 727 it is. So where this would have gone, I'm going to put this one. So this will be the external part of the flowers, and this will be the internal part of the flowers. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I have done everything now except for the back stitch of the lettering. Now, I did go online to see, and yeah, these were originally from the Jungle website, and I believe that was like $8, so paid, I think, about 5 for it. So yeah, I got a little bit of a deal here. I did find someone on the former craft selling website that is now essentially a drop shipping website. I think we all know who that is. And they were selling them for $27. Not worth $27. No, and that's before shipping. It might have been worth $7.99 and free Prime shipping, but no. And nowhere did I see that it says that the on all the reviews I read that the ink doesn't come out, and that's what I'm a little worried about because I would love to put a different saying on it, maybe like "do no harm" or there's a bunch of ink on it from here, obviously from a printing error. So I think I might put this section in a bowl to see if it works. Again, it doesn't say any warm water or cool water or anything like that, because, you know, condensation, unified, congealed. So I'm not quite sure what to do because, I mean, like, this doesn't bother me, but I kind of want something a little different on there. Oh, hello again. All right, I'm going to do an update. I am really pleased to announce that the blue background ink came out wonderfully, and I was really surprised that it did. I figured, considering it was um, such a cheap kit, that it probably might stain something or it might have some sort of remnants in there. Cleanly, came out cleanly. I was so happy. So that does mean I can write something else in here. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to write because, as much as I love a bunch of the snarky word stuff, you know, like I was thinking, please leave. But welcome to the hellscape was the other one. I just don't want that in my house, right? It's like, I love seeing it. It's absolutely adorable. I chuckle when I see it online or in stores or in someone else's house. I just don't want it in my house. So, pardon me. It's a little chilly today. I've gone with, I have to put it on there, Chaos Gremlin, because that is what it's like in my brain. That is what it's like in the craft room. That is just me in general, just a complete chaos gremlin. So I'm going to finish this up and then figure out what to do with this. Okay. Oh, darn it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I couldn't find a picture frame that fit it, but then I'd had this that I was going to make a miniature in. And I was like, ooh, that would fit. And it fit perfectly. It fit perfectly. I have to keep it tilted down because of, you know, trying to get lighting in here unless we can do that. Anyways, acting weird. I don't know. Um, so I absolutely love this. And I think I'm going to set this on my bedside table. I like that it's set in there a little deeper and that it's not a traditional frame. I guess I could hang it up if I wanted to. Oh, I might do that. Put it on the wall like that. That would be fun. Little chaotic of my gremlin soul. Anyways, but yeah, thanks for joining me on this one. What did you finish lately? Like, what weird thing have you modified? What item have you gotten that you've modified for yourself and that you really love it? Because I love this. Have a good night.